This is it, guys.
Welcome back to Svalbard, everyone. My name is Cecilia and I live in this cabin on Svalbard, an island close to the North Pole, where it has gone from this to this to this in only a week. We are now in our darkest winter, in the middle of our polar night, which means that we won't see the sun for 4 months, and 2.5 of those are pitch black 24/7. So now, this is what it looks like all day long, every day until February. How exciting! If you haven't been around here before, welcome to life in the Arctic. And if you have been around here before, welcome back.
Du får ta med dig din favoritleksak upp igen, okay? Do not leave your toy down there. Nej, inte lägga den där. No more light. This is what we have all day long. Vad gör du där nere? We can't see any stars today because it's really cloudy. It has been raining for like a week, which it really shouldn't do. But now we have some snow again. Dad, come! Hi! Hey honey, you need to go down and get your toy, your favorite toy. He brought it outside. Ja, för du får hämta den där. Ser du? It's down there. Ja, klättrar upp här. Åh, du är söt.
So what do we do here during the polar night? And what have I been up to since we last saw each other? Well, let me show you. Life continues just like normal here, even in the most extreme of seasons. Kids go to school, shops are open the regular times, and we do basically the same things as always. The lack of daylight might make some activities like hiking a bit more difficult, but with the right gear, anything is possible. Let's start this story where I left you off last time, in the gorgeous blue light and crispy 8 degrees.
Hey gullis. Ska du vara med? Let me go get Grim. Just make sure my gun doesn't fall off. Ska du följa med?
Some days, my only goal for the day is to go outside and enjoy the scenery. I think my daily walk with Grim is just as important for me as it is for him. It is also easy to appreciate the views a little bit extra when you know that you won't see them again for a while.
Come. Oh, what did he now find? Stop eating stuff. Come nu. Whatever you're finding, put it down again. Is that poop? Grim! No! Kom! Nej! Ät inte det! Nej! No frozen poop! Kom här! Ja! Det är söt. Kolla här, jag har godis till dig. Sitt. Sitt. Åh, varsågod. 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 Varsågod.
So the gorgeous blue light, the full moon, and frozen poop has been thoroughly enjoyed. One thing I learned last polar night was that if I don't take care of myself, it's not going to end well. I need to make sure I take time to just relax, do things that I like, and take care of my body. Since I spend so much of my time in front of the computer, I've started to feel it in my back, and if I don't nip it in the bud, I think I can have a big problem on my hand. So apart from doing daily stretches and making sure I get my exercise done, I've also added massages to my routine. I'm aiming to go once a month, which I think will help a lot. In town, we have a little spa called Polar Spa, which is run by a woman called Camilla. She opened her business about, I think, 2 years ago now, and I've become a frequent customer for things like pedicures and massages. The massage was absolutely incredible, and after that I went to get my hair cut for the first time in a long time. It was very needed. And this is the only hair salon that we have in town. And if you are curious about prices, I paid 700 Norwegian kroner for the massage and then around 1,000 Norwegian kroners for the haircut. I then met up with Christopher and we headed out on the very slippery streets of Longyearbyen to run some errands. We headed to the post office to pick up some packages and to also give them some chocolates to thank them for the year that it's been and how amazing they are at their job.
Vad vill du ha för te?
When I was younger, I remember being annoyed at how my mom kept our house so clean and tidy. It wasn't that I didn't like a clean home, more the constant cleaning and how we weren't allowed to leave anything anywhere. I remember thinking, I'm never going to be like that. Fast forward to 33 years old and I'm the exact same way. I love a clean and tidy home. I even find some weird sort of therapy in cleaning. I don't think I could function in a messy environment, so it's great that Christopher is as tidy as he is. In our household, we have split chores, if that makes sense, so there isn't a lot of nagging about the cleaning either. I do all of the mopping and hoovering and things like that, but I never take out a dishwasher, for example. We have chosen to do the tasks that we enjoy, which makes it easier. There is, however, one thing that seems impossible, and that is to empty the trash when it's full, instead of overfilling it. I'm talking about Christopher here, not me. But to be honest, I do a bunch of annoying stuff as well, so let's just call it even. As you know, I've been wanting to put up barn doors to make the TV room a bit more private and cozy, but mostly to block out the midnight sun in summer when there's nowhere to escape from the sun. So when our favorite carpenter Arvidas, who built our cabin, finally came back to the island from building his own home in Lithuania, I called him and asked him if he could take on the job. So he came over to scout the project and what materials he had, but this will be a video on its own and probably up next week, so stay tuned for that.
Just a quick little break because NordVPN are back sponsoring another video. So why do you even need a VPN? Back in lesson 1, I told you how easy it is to protect yourself against Wi-Fi imposters using NordVPN. Then in lesson 2, I told you about phishing, which is when a person tries to steal your credentials. And now I'm back with lesson number 3, password attacks. And this is something that has happened to me. The majority of account hacking nowadays happens via credential stuffing. If you've used your usual email address and your password, for example, hello123, on a website that was not maintained and got compromised, your username and password most likely will end up on the dark web or in hacker forums. The solution to this problem is always to use unique passwords on different websites. Turn on Dark Web Monitor via NordVPN to get alerts on data breaches. And be sure to use a password manager like NordPass to generate strong and unique passwords. Head to nordvpn.com/Cecilia or use the code Cecilia to get 4 months for free on a 2-year plan. Not only does that give you access to one of the best VPNs on the market, but also NordVPN's password manager, data breach scanner, and more. So thank you so much to NordVPN, and let's head back to the video.
Thursday wasn't a very eventful day. We started the morning with a cozy fire. It hasn't been very cold lately at all, but sometimes a fire is as much for the ambiance as for the heat. Our cabin is, as you know, heated with a wall-mounted heating unit, and all the wood for our wood stove gets imported from the mainland since we don't have any trees that grow here. In the afternoon, we headed into town and did some food shopping. Groceries is without a doubt the most expensive thing in our monthly budget, believe it or not. But after traveling to the US recently, we've realized that our prices aren't really that bad. They nowadays compare to mainland Norway and some parts of the US. I don't know if it's because our prices have gotten cheaper or the rest of the world more expensive, probably a mix of both. But whatever it is, I'm very happy that we have such a great selection of produce as we do, since everything has to be shipped in. After that, Christopher came home and filmed a Cooking with Christopher video for our Patreon. So if you're interested in his cooking, go and check that out. In December, we will also be doing tons of baking here on my channel, which is going to be so much fun. I I think one of the reasons why I love the Polar Night so much is because of the Christmas spirit. In mid-November, the village starts getting decked out, and it feels like we're living in a Hallmark movie. The hotel base camp started a new tradition a few years ago where they take in a designer who creates their Christmas hotel and decks out the whole place, and it's nothing short of Christmas magic. My friends Julie and Kristin invited me to glögg, mulled wine, and a cozy Friday evening at the hotel. They brought their knitting and we drank mulled wine and hung out for a good few hours. Knitting is a big hobby for people in town. Since we basically live in all things wool, people make their own garments and accessories like wool sweaters, socks, hats, scarves, anything and everything. Norway has such a long history of knitting, and Norwegian knits and patterns are famous all over the world for their high quality and striking designs. I grew up in Sweden where knitting also is very popular, and I did make a few scarves, I guess we could call them, when I was around 10. But in my experience here on Svalbard, knitting seems to be an integral part of Norwegian culture, even in the younger generations.
Everything glistens and everything's bright. Everyone's happy. Spirits are light. I am sitting here thinking, alone with my drink, as I do this time of the year. Do you remember when love was around? When we were aglow, the talk of the town. When I'm sitting here drinking, I can't help but think about you, about us, as I do this time of the year.
We have gotten ready to go for dinner. Grim. It's my birthday! Grim, you're gonna come with us and you're gonna go stay with Fenris. So we've gotten all dolled up. This is my outfit. Oh, wait a minute. Go! My boots. Sarah, Louis. What are you wearing? Come and show the people. Gant. And Gant pants. And Holtzweiler. Today you're a little designer boy.
Oh yes.
Yes, you look beautiful.
Oh yes.
And we're gonna go for dinner. I'm gonna bring you guys along, but I think I'm gonna have to film on my phone because I'm taking a day off. But I will film on my phone and then you can see it that way. Like small little snippets of the evening because we have no idea how this is gonna go. Jesper is coming with us, and Olivia and Einar. But every time Jesper and I go out to eat, we come home at 5 a.m. But Christopher's with us today and he's also gonna party. And then Olivia and Einar, they're drivers, they're sober sisters, which is perfect. So we're gonna eat at Radisson Blue, so Nansen. And I've never had the menu that's new. I've been there 8 years ago. No, I didn't even live here 8 years ago. I've been there 4 years ago. But okay, we need to go now. Oh, I need to put my watch on because I gotta count these steps. Nothing will stop me from counting my steps. Är de här? You're gonna go and have a party with Fenris. Yes. It's always so good because when we go out and eat together, we can leave them together and then they will be totally chill and Grim will be so much more calm. Do you like what I'm wearing? Are you also gonna go on a party? We're gonna have fun and eat and food.